Hello and welcome to Twilight Sessions. My name is Mason and I am a witch healer and tarot reader. And today we are doing a full moon reading. So happy full moon. It is currently the full moon here. I think it's the full moon in Leo today. And I just wanted to do a timeless tarot reading for any full moon. Joining us today, we have a little bit of moonstone and a little bit of tiger's eye. And I chose these two crystals because moonstone, obviously, very mystical stone, very connected to the moon. So I wanted to bring the energy of the moon down into the earth with us, and then also tiger's eye so that you can clearly see what is ready to be harvested and or what is ready to be let go of in your life. So I've got these two energies here on the altar in between us, so you could just know that those are there. And I also wanted to start this session with a little bit of sage to cleanse away everything in your aura that is no longer serving you. I'm sure you know this, but in case you are new to the world of witchcraft and the moon and magic and things, full moons are for harvesting, for seeing what you have already done, and also for releasing things that are no longer serving you. So sage is really good for releasing. Funny enough, this is my last little bundle of sage that I have from my garden from the last time I harvested. And this morning I was looking at my sage plant and I was like, oh, it's time to harvest again. And then I realized it was the full moon. So I literally did some harvesting today and I have 2 new bundles drying in the drying cabinet. So those will be ready for us in a couple of weeks. But anyway, until then, I've got some sage from this past fall. I'm just going to light it. I encourage you to sit back, take a deep breath. You're welcome to close your eyes or keep them open. And just allow the smoke to come into your aura, into your energetic field, and take away everything that is stuck, stagnant, no longer serving you. Maybe it's negative. Just take away any blockages. Beautiful. As you're ready, take another deep breath in. And let it go. Awesome. And finally, before I start with the tarot reading, we have Archangel Michael with us today. As always, he is here to bring truth, to shed light on what is hidden, and pull us from the lower vibrations of the devil energy, which is just the devil isn't a person, it is an energy, it is a vibration. And Archangel Michael is here to lift us out of that vibration. So let's see what this full moon is wanting to show you this month. All right, what have we got in store for us this month? What are we harvesting? What are we reaping? Oh, we've got the Four of Wands coming out. So we've got a very stable energy. Wherever you are in your life right now, it is a good, stable environment. Or stability is coming in soon, within the next couple of weeks. Beautiful. Then we've got the Seven of Wands coming out. And I haven't seen this card yet in this deck, which is exciting. We've got Conviction and Defiance coming out. Conviction and Defiance. The Seven of Wands pushes you to ignite your fighting spirit. Perhaps life is hurling all kinds of trials your way. Do not turn away. Show up. Defy the status quo. Be fierce in your conviction and know that you are a force to be reckoned with. However, as you work with the energy of this card, be aware that burnout is a real possibility. You cannot always be in fight mode. Quick and strong bursts of adrenaline may be called for, but monitor your energy carefully to ensure that you don't crash and burn. Beautiful. I feel like this paired with the Four of Wands is kind of pointing to an energy that is both stable and also productive, right? So you want to make sure that during this time of release that you are seeing what you're ready to harvest or what you're ready to let go of, but make sure that you're keeping your energy in a nice, contained, stable state. We've got the Three of Wands popping out here as well, which is the world is at your fingertips, and your way is being lit by your intuition, your heart, your spirit guides, all of the above. So we've got like this stable energy as well as this kind of movement energy. We've got the Two of Wands coming out here, and the Two of Swords. So this could be representing a choice. So this full moon might be shining a light on a choice that you have to be making. And this could be to do with that Seven of Wands, like fight or rest energy. You know, this kind of like, well, do I maintain my energy or do I, go for it? Excuse me. And so this Two of Swords is pointing that there is a choice to be made. And with these other cards coming out, I'm going to say, one, you will know what you want to do with that Three of Wands. Your heart will tell you exactly which is which path to take. And then with the Four of Wands, just remember to kind of maintain an even keel for the next couple of weeks. We've got the Guardian of Swords coming out, and this is the Queen of Swords energy. And with this energy, we've got a it's both the intuitive aspect as well as the intellectual aspect. So I believe that in this instance, like you have the mental clarity to know when to choose fight or rest, or action or inaction, to maintain that stability. So I feel like with the Four of Wands paired with the Guardian of Swords, this is a very good energy for creating a safe, stable, as well as like intelligent balance for yourself. Got a bird chirping away out there. The Ace of Wands is coming out, and this is a spark of inspiration, as you can see right here. So allow this this full moon to inspire you. Allow the messages to come in. Let yourself be open to the spirit realm around you. And this is paired with the Three of Wands, right, in this configuration. So your spirit guides are leading you to exactly where you need to be going right now, which is this inspiration. And yeah, so we've got the Ace of Wands, which is kind of like your heart right now, following these little sparks down the path of life. And then of course, we've got the Fool popping out. And so this is the start of something new and something big, since this is a major card. So it's funny how in tarot and in any kind of when you're following the moon, you've got like the new moon every 4 weeks, which is new beginnings, and then you've got the full moon every 4 weeks, which is shedding, letting go, harvesting, and all of this. And it feels like a very fast cycle. And same thing with tarot cards, is you might be pulling the Fool every week or every month or something, and you're like, wow, it's new beginnings all the time. And what I've come to learn recently is that yes, we are always starting new. We are always starting fresh. And even if you're watching this right now and it's not currently a full moon, you can totally take advantage of this energy. It is there for you right now. And we can always start new, always start fresh. And with this Fool card paired with the Ace of Wands and the Three of Wands, like you are being divinely guided down this path. Like you know that you've got a leap coming, but you also know that you've got the support and tools that you need to fly, basically. I think too that with the Two of Swords, because these two cards are paired in this configuration, there might be this sense of like, do I take the leap or do I not take the leap on whatever this thing is that the full moon is pointing you to. And again, like this might not be a giant life change, like moving or getting a new job or getting a new partner or leaving a partnership or anything like that. This could be a very internal, like a very spiritual thing that like doesn't really manifest in your outer worlds in any way that's like, hey, hey Jimmy, what's going on with you lately? And you're like, well, a lot's going on internally, but there's really like nothing outside is really happening differently. So anyway, the point is, if you're getting all these messages lately that have been like, the Fool, or new moon, start fresh, it's okay if you're not actually changing anything in your physical environment, and it's okay if you've been in the same house for 20 years, um, because you are always starting fresh, and my readings specifically tend to be more on the spiritual internal side. So, just a little disclaimer there, in case you're like, why does this keep happening? Then we've got the Nine of Cups coming out. And this is, again, the world is at your fingertips. This is kind of a reflection of the Three of Wands, in terms of like, you've got all of these choices around you, and none of them is the wrong one. And this is probably, with the Two of Swords, you're probably like, well, which of these 9 cups do I choose? Which of these myriad of paths do I choose? Which one is the right fool's, cliff to jump off of? And with the Guardian of Swords there, and the Three of Wands, I know that you know which to choose, like which will be the right one. With that Ace of Wands coming out too, there's like that spark of inspiration. And when you see the right cup, when you see the right book, the right teacher, the right thought, the right inspiration, when it comes to you, you'll know. You'll be like, oh, that's the one, that's it. You'll recognize it. It's almost like you've seen it before. But with the Nine of Cups, there is no wrong cup, right? Like they're all full of jewels. They're all full of love. They're all full of joy and satisfaction and fulfillment and all of these things. So there isn't like a dud cup in the group, basically. And then we've got Justice coming out. And Justice is, of course, we've got balance and the cause and effect, right? And this is, again, kind of pointing to, or it's connected with that Two of Swords energy of like a left and a right. There's a black and a white and all of these things. And I would encourage you to recognize that just like the moon, although sometimes the moon is full and sometimes the moon is empty and sometimes the moon is somewhere in between, there is no best side of the moon. Like the moon is always the same size. Physically, it's just it's a matter of perspective. And so as you're looking at these 9 cups in front of you, all of these opportunities, the world at your fingertips, this fool's journey that's about to begin or has already begun for you, don't worry so much about if it's right or wrong. And again, I think that the full moon really casts a spotlight on, it can create kind of stark shadows, right? There's like a bright light on one thing, but a bright light casts a dark shadow. And this Justice card is kind of reminding us that like, just because something looks dark doesn't mean it's bad, or just because the light isn't shining on it doesn't mean that the light won't shine on it soon. So just a little reminder there that there is a sense of balance with the Four of Wands, and you don't have to worry about doing the right or wrong thing, because sometimes the right thing might look like the wrong thing to other people. Funny enough, we've got the Death card coming out. And it's so funny, this is one of my favorite cards in the deck. Ironically, I used to be scared of this card when I was a little kid, but now I understand it better. And the Death card really represents exactly what the full moon, one of the aspects of the full moon, which is releasing the old. And I love the image of the phoenix rising, and the Death card for me really is a phoenix rising moment of like, okay, well, we're starting fresh. We did the best we could with what we had, and now we're starting from ground zero again. We are starting this fool's journey again. Oh, excuse me. The Five of Pentacles is coming out, and this card has come up recently as well. And in this card, I'm called to remind you that you are not alone. There is a lone wolf walking over here on this kind of barren landscape, but I will point out that there is sacred stones up on top of that hill. And I heard recently, oh God, I forget what I was listening to. It was either a TV show or a book I was listening to, but somebody said, I'm a lone wolf. And the person replied, lone wolf is kind of a misleading a misleading term because wolves don't really live alone. If they're alone, they're traveling between packs, like they're in between families, basically. But like wolves don't ever just like live by themselves. At least this is what I heard. And so, if you are feeling like a lone wolf right now because of this death, this full moon release, this fool's journey starting, um, know that you will not be a lone wolf for long. You will be finding your people. Oh, look at that. The Hierophant is coming up right next to, or right after this card. So it's like you reach the top of the hill, and here's the stone circle. It's really fun. Um, so with the Hierophant, there is a turning inwards. There is a very spiritual aspect to this card. This is very much a secret wisdom or like esoteric knowledge. And there is also kind of an aspect of going inwards and listening to your guides. I guess you could also say that this is like a teacher, any kind of guru or spiritual teacher. For me, this has always been kind of paired with the hermit energy. So it's like I have a hard time separating the hermit and the Hierophant because the two complement each other so well in my own personal energy, in my own life. So maybe this resonates with you or maybe it doesn't. But the point is that there is definitely spiritual stuff going on with this journey that we're starting right now. So as I was saying a minute ago about even if nothing in your outer life is changing, deep changes can be happening on the inside, and this is exactly what is going on. On that note, or to that point, there is Two of Pentacles coming out, and I do believe that in this instance, this is you juggling the spiritual and the physical, and you're trying to find a balance between going inwards and doing the meditations and doing the journaling and the tarot readings, or pick your divination tool of choice, and also being in the world, having the job, having the career, having the house, having the car, the family, the whatever it is for you that you value in your material world. Sometimes it can be hard to find a balance, or sometimes in life it can feel like you're giving too much energy to one aspect or another, and you're not giving, and so the other one is being deprived of your attention and love, and all of these things. But with that Justice card a little bit earlier, I will remind you that it all comes into balance. It all comes into it's all in a cycle, just like the moon is full and then it's empty, and then it's full again and then it's empty. There is no correct moon phase. There is no better moon phase. There is no better balance between work, life, material world, and the spiritual world. So wherever you are right now is the perfect one. So even if right now you're kind of feeling like, oh, I wish I could be more in my spiritual world, and I just don't feel like I have time right now because of all these responsibilities in the material world, that's okay. Give as much energy as you can, even if that is a 2-minute meditation after your alarm goes off, and you just take 2 minutes to meditate, and then you get out of bed and start your day. This stuff doesn't have to be wild. God doesn't measure stuff in time the way humans do. Your angels are always there. So even if you're like praying while you're driving your car, or praying on your lunch break or whatever, it doesn't have to be fancy. So you will be finding balance soon. And also remember that balance doesn't have to be 50-50. And it can be whatever you need it to be. We've got the sun popping out. And I think that the sun coming out during a full moon reading is fun because the full moon is the reflection of the sun. That is what we're seeing, is the sun reflected. So with the sun coming out, you are seeing what was hidden. The darkness of night has been lifted. The shadows are being illuminated, and you are able to see the truth with new eyes. That's what this full moon is bringing, is you will be able to see the truth. I encourage you to embrace this. I encourage you to embody the truth, because when you embody the truth, you shine. And it doesn't have to be outward. Again, like, this stuff is deeply spiritual, deeply internal. So there is no right or wrong way to do it. There is only your way, and that is the correct way. Ask your angels, ask God for help. ask them for guidance on how to shine, but embrace the truth. And um, the truth that comes to you might surprise you. It might not sound right, uh, but trust it. And this goes back to the Three of Wands from earlier in this reading. The yeah, right. We've got like three little sticks lighting the path. We've got the sun, right? So we've got all this illumination coming in. So even if the truth surprises you, trust it, because whatever your intuition is picking up on right now, with the Hierophant, the Fool, like the Guardian of Wands, there's all this energy pointing to the fact that you know yourself, you know your intuition, you know your guides, even if you don't know them by name yet. And it's all there for you. Yeah, let's take a deep breath with that. Man, there's a lot going on here. Okay. Up next, we've got the Ten of Pentacles, and this is again stability. So I feel like the reading just tied itself together. We've got the Four of Wands at the beginning and the Ten of Pentacles at the end. So with the Four of Wands, there is a like the creative soul passion, like drive, and with the Ten of Pentacles coming out, we've got completion in the material world. So I think that everything I've been talking about has been talking about kind of this balance between the spiritual and the physical, the physical, the spiritual and the material. The Ten of Wands here is saying that whatever you're worried about in the material world is coming to completion. It is coming to stability. So you don't have to worry about how you're going to find balance, how you're going to pay your bills, how you're going to do this, how you're going to do that. It is coming into balance as we speak. And I think that this material balance, all of the stability that's being pointed to in this reading, is so that you feel safe in your environment, your physical material environment, so that you can go within really intentionally and go onto the spiritual journey very safe, knowing that your physical material needs are being met, and so you don't have to worry about those anymore. And that is why the law of attraction is such a good place to start when it comes to spirituality, ironically, because once you get all of your material needs met and you genuinely trust, excuse me, that God and your angels and the universe, whatever, have got you, they will provide for you, you can then do the spiritual work. So for me, the law of attraction is a really good entryway into spirituality, because it teaches you how to trust God, the universe. It gives you a primer in ritual magic, whatever that means for you. And also with the law of attraction, inherent in the law of attraction is recognizing that the material world is not the end. It's a means to an end, right? We live in the material world, so we need material things. We need food, shelter, community, warmth, entertainment, all this stuff. Like, we need a lot of things for our bodies, our physical bodies, to feel safe enough to go within. But that stuff isn't the point of life. That is simply part of this, like, kind of school that we're in, this place that we're in. And so with the law of attraction, you learn that manifesting stuff isn't for the stuff. It's so that you can connect deeply with God, knowing that you don't have to worry about going to work in the morning, knowing that you don't have to worry about how your bills are going to get paid. Because when you're worrying about that stuff, you can't be talking with God as easily because you're too worried about survival, which is fine. Obviously, like, you should be worried about survival until you know that you are taken care of, and then you can let go of that worry. So with the Ten of Pentacles coming in, I absolutely believe for you, or I know for you, that it is coming together, that your material world is coming together in a way that will allow you to go within, become the Hierophant, find your soul tribe, find your wolf pack. You are rising from the ashes, my friend. You are releasing all of that old stuff that's no longer serving you. And I'm feeling called to tell you that if you're feeling called, if this resonates, sit down with a journal or any kind of device, whatever it is that you like to write with. I tend to do pen and paper, but whatever you want. And kind of start, like, brainstorming, just like brain dumping, energies in your life that you want to release, that you'd like to get rid of. And this could be things like, oh, I eat too much sugar, so I would like to release my addiction to sugar. And don't worry about tomorrow stopping eating sugar. Allow the energy of this moon to take that need for sugar away from you, because whatever it is that you're holding on to, it's because there's something about it that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel protected. Um, but you don't need to carry that anymore because you've got God on your side. You've got the Three of Wands guiding you. You are the guardian of swords. You've got the intuition and the intellect working together to create the perfect life for you right now. So anything that's old, stuck, stagnant, negative, just outdated beliefs that you have, write those down and um, allow the full moon to wane. Like as the full moon starts to wane, allow those energies in your life to wane, and it might not be a 2-week process, but today is the perfect day to start that process. And if you want to be really fancy and witchy about it, you're welcome to burn that list as well if you're doing it on paper, but do so in a safe environment, please. And that's optional, you don't have to. Yeah, I think that is the end of this particular reading. Do we have any other last messages for this beautiful full moon? Oh, we've got the Guardian of Wands coming out too. So we've got, this is the Queen of Wands as well. So allow that fiery passion within you out. Allow yourself to be consumed by the fire. I was talking about fire, the fire of your inspiration, of your spiritual path. Like really let yourself be carried away, because with the guardian energy, there is it's a very strong intuitive yin card, so it's very receptive, while also being very balanced. It isn't the fiery passion of the knight, you know, and it's not the kind of naive passion of the page. It is like a very embodied version. So you can allow yourself to be carried away, knowing that you have the ability to keep yourself grounded. So allow yourself to get swept away in this spiritual journey. Follow the inspiration of the Ace of Wands, and let yourself walk down that path of the Three of Wands that's popping out as well. Maintain balance. Make sure that you are keeping your energy centered in yourself, so you don't have to be giving out too much, but also give out enough. Yeah, that Seven of Wands energy is just like a little reminder to stay balanced. But with this queen coming out, I know that you got this. You absolutely do. My friend, it has been an honor and a pleasure to read for you today. I am sending you so much love and light on this beautiful full moon, and I hope that you have all your wishes come true. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and until then, blessed be, and may peace go with you. Bye.